What's going on, guys? Welcome back to The Saved Show. This is a personal audio-visual journal of mine where you get to see in real time as I struggle to become a better man, better husband, better father, and most importantly, you'll see as I walk closer to Christ each and every day. Christ is primary. With that, a couple of things right off the bat. If you're watching this, you will notice that I have trimmed my beard and gotten a very substantial haircut. So, this is what my face actually looks like. I hadn't seen it for 5 years. So I feel like I went back in time about 10 as far as how old I look. And then the haircut, I just had to offset the lack of hair on the front of my face. It was pretty substantial difference. So surprised my wife the other day with that. But just went with it. It was an accident, not on purpose. Here we are. It'll grow back. So welcome back. Like I said, we've got just a couple of things, some housekeeping. I appreciate all the support for the show. It does mean a lot, Instagram, sharing the show, the listenership. It's increasing. So, like I said, very grateful. Thank you. The saved.store page will be disappearing tomorrow. I'll be turning it off, at least for now, in its current version. There will never be a saved.store with this gear available ever again. So get it while you can. Got some great shirts out there. I've worn this one many times and it's starting to fade, so maybe I'll grab another one before it's too late. If you go, I just turned on a final 24-hour discount, $15 off your order, 2 items or more. So go check that out. That one's applied at checkout. So if you'd like anything, if you're listening to this and you still have time, this should come out, a half hour after I record. So still August 4th. The store shuts down August 5th, probably at 10 p.m. just before I head to bed. We'll turn it off before the platform billing cycle, and we'll move on to other projects. So go check it out. Really proud of that part of this passion project. Learned a lot. I would say I learned a lot. So if you ever need any guidance, well, it's not really wisdom, but if you need any help setting up a store page, please let me know. Having fun making the designs and sort of the aesthetic appeal of a website design is a lot of fun. Just moving in a different direction here on out. So hope maybe next year, maybe at the start of the year, we can drop something new. Maybe I could get thesaved.com, thesaveshow.com, something cool, and we'll start fresh. I've got a buddy who does website design, so I know that he could help me make something cool. Not on the Shopify platform anymore. We'll go on a different route. But yes, go grab your Save Show gear while you can. Like I said, this stuff that's out there now won't be coming back. So check it out. What else is going on? I missed the Monday episode because my kid got sick. So it just wasn't time over the weekend to record. I do apologize, but here we are Friday evening, if you're listening to this fresh, and should be fun. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for tuning in and allowing me to ramble for a few minutes before we actually get started. If you do want to continue to support the passion project here, Instagram, podcast, that's not going away. So, share Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, all the good stuff. I do appreciate it. Today, I thought I would give you unsolicited father advice. That's right, unsolicited. Because the best advice is what you don't ask for. It's people bugging you with their opinions when it wasn't necessarily asked for or desired. But I hope that doesn't turn you off. If it does, come back for another episode. But I do have some buddies who are newly parents, newborns to, having their first kid still. And we are on our second, planning on more to come. So I thought I would hop on here and maybe offer my humble advice. Starting with point number 1, and this one is probably the one that I would say was learned the hard way for me, so maybe you can avoid some marital strife if at all possible. What's the rule? How do we say it? My wife and I don't know if she heard it somewhere, but everything you say at night doesn't count would be number one. That would be the rule. So it's 2 a.m., there's a child screaming, you're a new parent, you're not sure what's going on yet, haven't gotten it nailed down, you're still getting used to this newborn person and how that influences the dynamics of your marital relationship. Sometimes words can be said overnight, like, what are you doing? What is your problem? And maybe there's some expletives in statements like that. So everything said overnight doesn't count. Write that down. And all that is to say, at least at first, and even with a second child, when it's new and you're tired, there's a newborn crying, like I said, there's poopy diapers at 2 a.m, you haven't slept well, you need coffee, everything you say at night doesn't count. Start fresh in the morning, everybody wakes up, you can move on. Just know that the position you're in overnight is not where you're at come daytime. You're probably still exhausted, but you know what I'm saying. Short fuses overnight, forgive, and move on. Point number one, everything that you say at night doesn't count. To follow up on that, fathers of a newborn, make sure you are giving your wife plenty of rest. So, like at my house, I would do breakfast, and then my wife can continue sleeping. She gets some rest. Maybe she needs to take a shower that day. Anything, give her time. Definitely shows that you care. Definitely shows that her health is important. She just had a kid or is recovering from having a kid, months down the line with a newborn. So make sure you're taking care of your wife. Be a servant in the house. Maybe that's the specific point number 2 is be a servant in your house. Your wife has gone through a lot. You have too. But as the man of the house, you're just going to have to deal with it. So get up early, take care of the newborn, take care of the kids. As we transitioned to 2 children, I was taking care of a toddler, my wife more so the newborn. When another one comes along, it'll then be me and 2 toddlers and my wife with a newborn. So make sure you are stepping up and taking responsibility as a father now. You're still taking care of your wife, just in a different way. So point number 2, be a servant. You could even go as far as washing your wife's feet if you feel that would be a nice thing for her, or just pay to send her to the spa. Do something nice and be a servant. Point number 3, I didn't write these down, and it's probably pretty obvious, but I felt like this would work well if I'm just vibing, as the kids say. Point number 3 was going to be, if you are a new father, and even if you're past the newborn stage, if you're a father in general, I would say get your family to church on Sunday. I would stress it at the newborn stage because it's an easy habit to create. I do think that it's very valuable for you to be in church anyways, but in the newborn stage, it's one of those things where your family needs to be going to church, and the easiest and most beneficial time to start practices like that and habits is to just start right at the beginning. So as soon as you're able, as soon as your wife's recovered and you can get out of the house, make sure you're at church on Sunday, because the priest of the house is you. You're not just the man of the house. You're not just serving your wife. You're leading your family spiritually. So you're the priest of the house. And there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that. Going to church is one small part of that, but I do think, and I would stress, that the habit that you create by going to church every Sunday, starting with a newborn, is very important. And in addition to the benefits like making friends, there's mom groups, there's men's groups, there's Eventually, your kids are in Sunday school and they're learning, they're spending time in the Word with their peers. There's a very real aspect to having the habit of church, having the habit of spending that time with God on the decided Sabbath of Sunday for us Christians. So go to church on Sunday. So those 3 points were everything you say at night doesn't count. And I went through the reasons there. Number 2, be a servant in your house. Serve your wife. Make sure you're taking care of her. And number 3, make sure you are going to church. You are the priest of your house, and it's time to step up and lead. It's very crucial now that you are a father. So there you go. Quick episode. We're just going to roll with that. For now, you've got some unsolicited fatherhood advice. Let me know what you think. I could be totally wrong here. That's just what works at my house. Wanted to pass that along. Go check out the Saved.store before it's gone. The $15 discount is applied at checkout with 2 or more items. And share the show. But I love you. God loves you. He's blessed us all. Don't forget that you are saved through Christ.